stuck in my head.
Waking up is hard to do.
I get it. Spaceballs. Oh shit! There goes the planet.
There goes the planet. Oh man, other scene that makes me laugh.
Have you found anything yet?
What?
Nothing yet, sir. What about you? Nothing yet. And you? Man, we ain't found shit.
The other one is the very beginning of Holy Grail. When it's this desolate, like dark English countryside in the 900 AD, and then here it's a horse galloping up, and then it turns into just two dudes, and one of them has coconuts. But the best of it is like he gets to the castle, and the guy's like, "Where'd you get the coconuts?" And he's like, "We have, like, does the sparrow not fly south into the winter?" And he's like, "These are strangers to our land." And the guy at the castle's like, "Are you suggesting coconuts migrate?"
The whole there's so many scenes of that movie.
Do you know that movie? That movie was sponsored by like Led Zeppelin, Judas Priest, Elton John. Like Elton John
Awesome.
is the reason we have Holy Grail.
Right on.
Monty Python Holy Grail, because they couldn't get money for
He's
it.
also the reason that we have him and Eminem.
Oh, the Dido song?
You know,
Oh, yeah,
I was like 40 years old when I found out that she says, "My tea's gone cold, I'm wondering why.
Got out of bed at all.
Yeah.
The morning rain clouds on my window, but I can't see it all. And even if I could, it would all be gray. Put your picture on my wall. It reminds me that it's not so bad. It's not so bad. Dear Slim, I
That's
wrote
the
you, but
part
you
I
still
know.
ain't call it. No.
Yeah.
That's where I can jump in. It's not so bad. It's not.
Yes,
so
I would always mumble through some shit when it was like, "Here's hope on the moon, got out of
Hitting golf
bed."
balls and then I died.
Yeah. I don't want to wait for my lunch to get cold.
That's a scene in Family Guy that
Yes,
gets
I know,
me
yeah.
every time. I don't want to wait for my lunch to get colder.
Yeah.
I just, why can't I eat it now? That or the one where they're on the road trip. He's like, they sing the song "The Rose," like the sunset love, and then they're like, "That's good, Chris. You were literally on bar 4. You want us to do it again?" And there's a producer on their hood outside the car. And he's like, "Sounded great on our end, Peter."
Some say love.
What's going on there? B minus.
Like a river. And then Lois jumps in. She's great. Now, I got a couple of friends when in high school. We were at our friend Becky's house
I was gonna say,
on
don't
the
say
lake.
bar.
No, at our Becky's house on the lake.
Oh, the Taj Mahal.
Yeah, and
Don't say bar. I said bar.
I said bar. Don't say bar. And a couple of our friends were sitting down at the end of the dock, and they had kind of talked about having a relationship together. And so me and Tony see this, and I'm like, "Tony, come here,
Great friend of the show.
I told him nothing.
Great friend of the
And
show.
this is why I love Tony, because I told him nothing. I opened the door to the back, stuck my head out, and immediately went, "Doo, doo, 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 doo." Instantly, Tony's in on it. "Doo, doo, doo, I don't want to wait for our lives." And we're just belting it at these two people. And they immediately, like, one of them just, like, you saw it from the distance. And they're trying to have this moment together. And you just saw one of them just, like, crumble. Just like, "Oh, guys, like, damn it."
Thanks for ruining that, dicks.
Yeah.
It's like, man, that was a.
It was
that was
Tyler. No,
No.
I'm kidding.
was
None
me,
for
yeah.
me, champ. None for
Oh
me.
man, welcome back to another episode of Nostalgia Land. Happy Friday, y'all. We're jumping in on Trey, you okay?
No.
He's having a seizure.
This movie makes me not okay.
You mean?
Really?
Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order? All right, now that we did the one joke, let's make an hour and a half movie about
That's
it.
the thing. Like, Kenan,
One joke.
like Kenan and Kel aren't bad actors, but it's like if you took.
Really?
You
I don't
sure?
know about bad. I
You
mean,
right?
Kenan does a good job on SNL.
Really?
I think he does.
Fair enough.
He's just been in it a long time. I don't know. I like Kenan. I'm not going to say anything bad about Kenan. I love
He's
Kenan.
better at
Yeah.
probably at sketch comedy than he is at acting. I'll give you that. But it's like if you took a bad SNL sketch or a decent SNL sketch.
So like an SNL sketch?
And well, no, because there's been good ones in the past.
Yeah.
SNL's been around
I'm talking
a long
about
time.
now with him on it.
And made it a movie. Like, let's say you took like Adam Sandler's Opera Man, what he used to do on SNL.
Right.
Which I'm sure they
doesn't
did.
work in a movie.
No.
I'm sure they tried. I'm sure that was on the board for Lorne Michaels to try to figure out how can we stretch out Opera Man for an hour and a half.
They did it with Night at the Roxbury.
Yes, it would have had.
But Night at the Roxbury, good movie.
They lucked out because Will Ferrell and Chris Kattan crushed that shit.
And now they hate each other, apparently.
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's sad.
And
That is sad.
and on SNL, it started with Jim Carrey. He was the third Butabi brother.
Yeah. Oh, they do What Is Love? That was about to do.
Did you
What
notice
is
that
that?
in speaking of Jim Carrey, real quick, you know in Liar Liar when he like runs and falls out of the plane, like lands, and then they come with the stretcher and they're taken away, and the kids there and the wife.
Oh yes.
In the background, Jim Carrey's Fire Marshal Bill.
Yes.
Like.
Yeah, he's just standing back there.
Yeah.
doing that
Me,
face,
Myself,
just like,
and Irene guy?
No.
No,
Fire Marshal
like
Bill
the face
is
From
In Living Color
Yeah.
skit where he would come in as the fire marshal and he would do like fire inspections.
He's a burn
and then
victim.
he would and he had like this and like this crazy eye and he'd be like, "Please say something," and he'd be like, "You think this is safe? Please say something," and he like light shit on fire and like hurt himself all over the place.
He's a burn.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
But
very
you see
funny.
him in the background, and when you first notice him, you'll never not see him ever again.
That's
You can't.
funny.
You watch that scene from Liar Liar. You're
That's
like, oh,
funny.
there he is. And he's just stealing the show. But yeah, so Good Burger, yeah, it was a sketch comedy. It was a sketch from the show
All
All
That.
That,
Yeah.
which was
Yeah.
so good.
Are you ready yet?
Yeah,
Get set.
and there's
It's all that. This is all that. This is all that.
Wow.
Wow, if we could do it. Lori Beth Dinberg and is it Dinberg? Sorry, I need to
The
look
fat
her up.
one?
Keenan.
Yes, she's
Yeah.
hilarious. but-
Keenan's best role on that show is when he was the French guy in the
Yes,
bathtub.
French guy in the bathtub,
He'd
and
be
he
like-
would just say
And
nonsense.
it's like your daily French, and he's like, "Apolose, how's your morning?" And he's like, "Excuse me, may I sneeze on your sandwich?"
Yeah. Like, why would I ever need to know how to say that?
Because it's just that's what you learn.
Yeah,
It's French.
for sure.
Kablam
Who's
was
going to argue with you?
crap.
Yeah.
Kablam was. I'm just gonna talk about all that.
Yeah.
Kablam was a good. That was like the claymation one.
It was
they
a
had
mix.
the action figures.
Yeah, there was Prometheus and Bob in that show, and
Yeah.
that was really good. Yeah, it was in a comic book. Yeah,
And then Good Burger was a sketch.
Welcome to Good Burger, home
Yeah.
of the Good Burger. Can't take your order.
which of stretching out a single sketch for an
Kablam.
hour and a half, they did all right.
Could have done Kablam.
They could have just done Kablam just for
Not
an
only
hour
that,
and
but
a
when
half.
you're a kid, like y'all fucking love this movie.
Oh, dude, I did. I love this.
It wasn't
movie.
my favorite. I
no,
liked-
it wasn't. But y'all talked about it all the time, and you would watch this movie regularly.
I like the Rugrats movie.
And I
more than like this
wasn't
one.
knocking it. It was a child's movie, and it was made for children. And now, as an adult, when you watch it, it's garbage and it's a piece of shit.
And Sinbad's in it.
Yeah,
Sinbad
enough
is
said.
in it. Yeah,
He was trying to redeem himself for Jingle All the Way, and he missed the mark.
Jingle all the way.
Well, what's better?
This, all right.
What's better, this movie or Jingle All the Way?
Jingle All the Way.
Jingle all the way?
I think this
I'll
one's
take
rated.
Jingle
I think
All
this
the
one's
Way.
rated higher.
I
Is it?
enjoyed watching Jingle All the Way.
I think this one's like a 6 out of 10, and Jingle All the Way is like a 4.
It's a 5.8 on IMDb currently. It's
close.
But that is a living rating, so that could go up and down
Yeah.
based on how well we do this episode.
It's like I told you guys I listened to the last podcast on the left, and I've been
Yeah.
listening to them for years, and they always talk about Dan Aykroyd's Nothing But Trouble, which they've been like, oh yeah, Nothing But Trouble is like this, and they've like the rating has gone down
since they've
started talking about it because it's like such a garbage movie.
I think in terms of how are we going to turn a 5-minute sketch into an hour and a half, this was okay. It's okay.
At least the premise like makes sense as why the movie would have. Well, not that like Mondo Burgers using like
Growth
a
hormones.
super scientific hormone to make their burgers bigger, but like
It's a kids movie.
yeah, like Kenan backs into his teacher's car.
Yes.
No. Kenan swerves to Miss Kell.
That's right.
So
And
I'm gonna do this, all right, because I'm not gonna be able to keep them straight. I haven't been able to keep them straight all week when I've been talking to people about this movie. So I'm gonna call them the fat one and the dumb one. All right.
So which one are we?
Obviously, the fat one is the fat one, and the dumb one is the dumb one. But so
Ed
the
and
fat one,
Dexter.
the fat one driving. Yeah, Dexter is the fat one.
Kenan,
Kenan.
He's driving his car, and
Ed's
the dumb one
rollerblading.
is rollerblading, who showers with his uniform on.
He never takes it
Never
off.
takes his uniform off.
I kind of enjoyed that gag.
Thought
dude.
that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
But he skates out in front of the car, and he swerves he swerves to miss him. But we gotta go backwards a little bit here.
Okay, jump back.
He's in the shower at the beginning of the movie in his uniform. Then he leaves to go to work on his rollerblades. He proceeds to rollerblade right through the middle of girls jump roping, gets the rope all wrapped up, and for some reason wraps the girl's legs and is dragging her down the street. And when it cuts to her face, her head is bouncing off the concrete like every 3 feet. It's slamming down hard. Then he gets loose of that and almost immediately skates into a woman and her baby and proceeds to steal her baby from her and skate off with it. Then gets mixed up into a basketball game where he goes through the grass, which if you ever hit grass and skates,
you're down.
If you're not aware of what you're doing, you're going right to the ground.
Yeah.
But he walks through the grass, gets onto the court, manages to switch the ball for the kid, and then the kid gets dunked.
Yes. And they really did drop that baby through a hoop. Like you see that it is not like there's obvious moments where it's like, okay, that's a doll, that's a doll, that's a doll, because it's like flailing through the air. But then there's one moment where they actually you see them let go.
Yeah.
Like there's a shadow of hands like dropping this baby through a hoop.
I bet it's like a foreground hoop and like the baby's.
Dude, no, the baby tries to grab the net. The baby's like, "What are you doing?"
You're not dropping my baby through no damn net.
I don't care what movie we're in. Oh, what's this for? Good Burger? Academy Award.
Yeah.
Academy
Good Burger
Award.
2?
Oh,
Apparently there's a Good Burger 2.
There is, and I do want to. I haven't watched it yet. It is on.
I don't.
I'm not watching
It's
that.
rated the
I
same.
like Kel.
Maybe someday down the line. But
I like Kel Mitchell because everybody thought he was dead at one point.
Oh, that's right. And he came out and he's like, "No, I just got a family, like living."
I did Good Burger.
He's like,
Yeah,
it's like I did the Rick Moranis thing.
yeah,
I just left.
yeah. He got Good Burger money,
being a
and
good
then
dude.
he's just done. He's like, "I got Good Burger money. I'm happy." But so Kel,
Yeah, he almost hits him with his car, swerves to miss him, loses control of his mom's Nissan Z, which my buddy had one and was obsessed with for a while. They're almost the same car, but it was white. And he crashes into Sinbad's car.
yeah, who dresses like a 60s, 70s disco
He looks
activist.
like Huggy Bear, but he's an activist.
Yeah, but, and like on his like his
On Black
his
and Proud.
sweater, he's black and proud, and
There's like 4 sayings on it.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
if you say the 4 sayings, then you get the jacket.
yeah. If you
maybe
say
it-
all 4, you summon.
Yeah, you're just
Sinbad.
like, I'm black and proud, I'm this and that, I'm this, and then you just like look down and you're wearing the Technicolor dream coat that he was wearing to
No,
teach
that's
school.
that's when the Sinbad genie comes in.
That's it. Yeah, the alternate reality genie we got.
Dude,
Yeah,
Shaq's in this movie too.
he is in this movie. Yeah,
So Kazam and Shazam.
Could have had a melding
they
of
could have
minds.
talked about it. They could have been like on set and been like, "So do you do a genie movie too?" I did do a genie movie. I don't remember the genie movie, but I was in it.
You're a liar.
Shaq sad.
Shaq a boy cop, boy doctor.
Shaq a boy doctor, not a girl doctor.
That's right. The guy who does impressions of Shaq. Oh, yeah. So the whole premise is that Kenan crashes into his teacher's car and he
Right.
doesn't have a license, doesn't have insurance.
Right.
His mom doesn't know it.
Right,
And
because she's out of town.
I kind of respect that the teacher, like, he's like, okay, work for it. All right, fine. Like, he does play up that he's
Because
just
he would hate to
trying
send a black man to jail.
Yeah, he's just trying to better Kenan. You're breathing.
Sorry.
That's okay. But like he's trying to like, hey Kenan, like you're a teenager, you're trying to like, you're coming up in the world. I expect more of you. And he said it's like he's smart because Kenan was sleeping through a test or something that like he knew. It's because Kenan knew the answers and he knew what he was doing. So I liked the premise. It was like, okay, you messed up. Do the time, do the work, and figure it out. And what are you gonna do? You're gonna get a job.
I'll get a summer job.
Yeah, Kenan doing his bit, which he liked. I liked his whole underbreath thing. Like, no, don't do it. I don't want it. Nope, I'll fix it. I'll take it. Like that made me laugh. That cracked me up a little
That
bit
was his
from
character on Kenan and Kel.
Yeah, he would do that those little extra quips in between lines, like at people. But yeah, so the movie is then that Kenan goes and he gets a summer job at Mondo Burger, which is
Mondo Burger's opening across the street from Good Burger.
Yeah.
And it looks like a castle.
because there's only 2 burger places in the entire state of California.
Yeah, and they
These
opened
2.
across the street from each other. Because that's good business.
Yeah, for good.
That's good.
It's
business.
like when Walgreens is always building across the street from CVS.
Yeah.
It's almost like CVS is like building, and then Walgreens go, "Fuck, no, you don't." It's like we're
Those
putting
are
one
our
right
drugs.
here. These are ours. Yeah,
That's right.
you're gonna get all the meth heads in our business.
It's got to be your bowl.
Yeah.
Best part about CVS though, over Walgreens, self-checkout.
Yeah, I agree with that. All right.
It's always awkward when you go in there, like myself, for example, when I was on call, and
Yeah.
I'd have to go in at like 2 a.m, and I'd be like, shit, I need something to drink. Like
Yeah.
I need an energy drink, something
Yeah.
to get me going. And I'd walk into a Walgreens and like I'd be like standing at the counter, like,
Somebody, anybody.
Can I just rob? Can I just leave? Like,
start yelling like, "Hey!"
I left a 5 on the counter.
yeah. Oh, is
This
this
is probably like $3. I don't give a shit. Just let me get out of here.
Is this the stealing hour? I wasn't aware. This is
Do you
the
guys have
stealing
Sunny
hour.
Delight? You look behind the counter and the guy's there like asleep on the ground.
Oh, I have been in convenience stores on the road and walked in and been like, "Is anyone here?" And then like look in the back and there's a towel on the floor and the poor person is sleeping back there. And I'm like, I don't want to wake her up. I don't want to do it,
Hey,
but
you know
I
what?
really want my cheese.
It's a job you got.
Yeah, so I felt bad.
I do like that this movie bookends the lines. The first line spoken in the movie is
Yeah.
"Welcome to Good Burger,
Home with
to
the Good Burger."
Can I take your order?" And the last line of the movie is "Welcome to Good Burger."
Was that your fear though? Was like, oh my god, is it starting over? Wait, did I hit
Is this
something?
Inception?
Is this a fever dream? Yeah.
I'm so effed right now.
Am I sitting on the remote? What the hell? Oh, thank God, credits. Thank God, it's rolling up.
I'm so screwed.
And scene. So,
Yeah. So he gets a job at Good Burger
yeah.
Well, he goes
fails.
to Mondo,
and
Yeah.
and he, for some odd reason,
can't build a burger.
can't put a burger together.
It's like he's never seen a sandwich in
Yeah,
his
and
life.
apparently he's
and the
brain
pickles were
damaged.
all slippery and
Yeah.
it's like a bad Bill Cosby bit. It's like
It-
Kenan
that's
Mitchell
exactly-
tries to do Bill Cosby.
That's exactly what he is. He's
Oh,
trying to be
yeah.
his generation's Cosby, and he should stay away from
minus the grape soda. You
Yeah.
know?
Right, minus the Rufinol.
Well, Kel
Or
loves
Rohypnol.
orange soda. He do,
That's true.
he do.
Yeah, but Bill Cosby loved pudding pop.
Yeah.
He did.
I just watched Ted 2 like this past week, and they go to the improv and yell
We could
sad
have done
things.
that. Yeah.
And they,
Now
and
we
the
need
guy's
a
like,
we need a date in
place.
history. 9/11.
Yeah. No, he goes, we need a place. He's like, I think I heard Starbucks. And he
No,
goes
you
like,
didn't.
no one said Starbucks. Okay, who's in the Starbucks? Bill Cosby. You people are monsters. That whole scene, I've rewatched and rewatched. But
McFarlane and him and Mark Wahlberg.
Seth MacFarlane and Mark Wahlberg, yes, and so Kenan gets his job at Good Burger because Kel, like, I think he doesn't realize that it's the same guy that he avoided to hit with his car is Kel. And so Kenan's he just starts working there.
Yeah.
And they immediately like, oh, how does $5 an hour sound? And I was like, good Lord, the 90s. When things were, and he's doing his hours. He's like, worth this many. And I was like, okay, actually, I did the math.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. Based on how many hours he was going to work there and how much money he owed, he had to work there 19 weeks. And I was like, I don't think that's
Did you
a
have to
summer.
work like 9 to 5 every day?
Yeah, well, like 9. What did he say? He said like 9 to 6 or 6 hours a day, $5 an hour, and 6 days a week, or
It's
something
$30
like that.
a day times 6.
Yeah, and then like based on how much it was, like 19 weeks. It was 19 weeks.
That's more than a summer.
Yeah, dude. That's well into
That's
the fall.
5 months.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know. I liked some of the Kel bits, man. Like when he's
Strawberry Jacuzzi's
the
a good bit.
jacuzzi. Yeah.
When he's in the shake machine trying to fix it. And he's like, Strawberry Jacuzzi.
Whatever you
That was
guys
a
need
good
to tell
bit.
yourself.
Whatever you want to make yourself feel better.
Whatever you guys need to tell yourself to enjoy this movie.
Loving
But
this
Tyler-
movie.
I'm telling you, it's because you guys were children when
I
you
guess.
watched this movie. And yes, it is funny for
Yeah.
kids to be in a strawberry jacuzzi. But he's like, oh, just turn it on. And he's like, oh, whoa. And it's like, okay, gosh.
It does feel like
He is the best character in the movie by far.
it does feel like a movie you should watch when you're like stoned out of your
Oh, you
mind.
could get rip roaring and watch this movie. And I think it would be like, can we put on something else? Can we watch Suburban Commando?
Still B plus.
No.
no, we're not
No.
watching it.
Because of
We
the
can't watch either of these
ridiculousness
movies.
of Suburban Commando.
We can watch ridiculousness.
Well, like,
That's what
yeah,
we
we'll watch
can
that movie. Yeah,
We can watch that all
We
day.
can watch Rob Deerdeck.
It opens up in that scene, and they're like this guy, like they're trying to place an order, and it's what's his name from Batman,
Yeah.
who plays a reporter. I forget his name, but he's like, can I take your order?" And they're like, "Absolutely."
That's at the
and they
very
start
beginning.
At the very beginning, and it's like no one else does any other job except
They do.
Ed
They
does-
do their job.
They do that.
Ed does orders and deliveries,
Yeah.
which seems like it could be a problem.
Yeah, it's a big problem.
Ed is front of counter, and so this guy keeps saying like, "Can I just order?" And he's like, "Oh," she's like, "Oh, absolutely." Ed, and like they're all looking for him,
And
he
she
finally shows up.
She looks eerily like Ed.
Oh, she kind of does. Yeah.
She's pretty.
Monique,
Yeah, she's
Shar
pretty.
Jackson.
But
That's the
But-
girlfriend, right?
the hair
The Kenan love interest.
and
Yes,
the
Kenan's
fat
love
one.
interest. Yeah.
The fat one.
Dexter, yeah.
Yeah, the fat one. Okay, yeah.
Wait, I went to the other character.
I don't think
who's
he's
the
fat
one.
anymore.
He's
He's
chubby,
skinnier.
but he's skinnier. Yeah. I mean, he was
Yeah.
at. I mean, this is Kenan Thompson. He's been around. He was in a movie called Heavyweights in
Oh, he
'94.
was in
which
Heavyweights.
which we will.
that is a
Yeah,
great
cover.
movie.
It would be an honor,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes, exactly.
It would
We
be
will
an
cover.
honor, Tony.
But yeah. So then you get Mondo Burger opening up.
Home of
Who the guy
home
you were
of the
talking
big
about
booty
is
burger.
like, I can't wait till Mondo Burger opens and
Yeah.
F this place and blah
yes,
blah blah.
yes.
And he goes over next door, or he leaves, and then that's your first introduction to the fact that Mondo Burger is opening across the street. And the girl asks, because Ed shows up, the dumb one, and he's like, "What is Mondo Burger?" She's like, "The place that's opening across the street." And he's like, "There's a place burger place across the street." She's like, "Yeah, they've been building it for like 6 months." And
Yeah.
he's like, "Really? Whoa." And
Jokes.
yeah, those are the jokes in the movie. But then, so Kel, right?
Yes.
That's the dumb
Ed?
one.
The dumb one.
The dumb one,
So
okay.
the fat one is sitting down eating, and the dumb one comes over, and
Brings
he's
him a
like,
shake.
"Man, you look familiar." And he doesn't remember that he's the one that he missed with his car and crashed into Sinbad.
Yeah.
And he starts
Mr.
the
Wheat.
dumbest shit, where he's like, I don't want to eat with you. Like, I'm chilling, whatever. And he's like, boobity, 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 boobity.
Oh, he's doing the.
Yeah, it's like bloobity, 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 bloobity. And for some reason, the fat one starts laughing, and I'm like, there's nothing funny about
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Like, not even like a
Again,
slightly.
a lot.
Yeah.
They strike out a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot.
It's like
but
we-
then it's like, okay, so they're friends now. Okay, great.
Yeah,
They're friends now.
yeah.
Or at least the dumb one thinks they're friends now.
And the fat one tolerates him long enough to enjoy the dumb one.
Long
Right.
enough
You
to
know.
exploit him.
Well,
To exploit him.
He's going.
well, then when Mondo Burger opens, the business just disappears at
Yeah.
Good Burger because Mondo burgers are like twice the size.
Home of the big booty burger.
Yeah, that's so
Big
weird. So
booty.
weird.
That's Sinbad, bro.
I like
burger.
big booty and I like burgers,
No,
but I don't know
dude.
if I want like a
Not mixed together.
a burger made out of big
We
booties.
we
What
could
is this?
sell blood semen.
Give me that.
What? Not
booty
mixed
burger.
together.
Not mixed together. Well, this is Dan Schneider writing. We'll get to that. We'll get to this, level of Mordor nostalgia land
That
after
lets
dark.
the air out of the balloon there.
We will get to that. I want to, but focus on the good things about this movie.
Yes, let's.
Okay, and we're done. No,
Yeah.
No, we got
And
one
it's
more.
over.
we got two more.
We got my favorite part of the whole movie is coming.
Oh
but,
yeah, so they figured out that Ed makes a secret sauce for his burgers. Like
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
Stu's
Yeah.
just at his house.
basically like Big Mac sauce.
The Stu's just at his house. It's basically mustard and mayonnaise.
It's Thousand Island.
It's ketchup and mayonnaise.
It's Thousand Island. That's what it is.
Yeah.
He makes Thousand Island.
He makes
at his
Thousand
house.
Island.
And then he puts it on the burgers, and everybody loves it. So they decide they're going to put it on the burgers.
They're gonna
and
market
then
it.
Everybody comes back to Good Burger because it's so delicious.
And it's called Ed's sauce.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
like, dude, I
yeah.
don't
At least
want
it's not
Ed's
called
sauce.
Seth's own dressing.
yeah. I would like the cream of some guy.
My mom's making pubic salad. She said it needs Seth's own dressing.
Dressing.
Ed's sauce.
I'd be like the
Awful. dude.
Iron Chef of pounding badge.
Oh, thank you for that show, that movie.
I was gonna say no show.
Yeah,
It's a good ass
sorry.
movie.
Thank you for Superbad.
Yeah, hell
Anyways, yeah. So they make Ed's sauce.
Yeah.
Ed's sauce. But actually, before that, you start meeting all the other people who live in there, or live. One of them does live there, though.
One of them's Ray Borgoda.
Yes.
Abe Vigoda.
Yes, Abe Vigoda, who was
Yeah.
in The Godfather. Like,
Right.
this
He's
is,
also in an Opera Man sketch.
Oh, he is?
He
In
was
an
on
Opera Man?
shortstop. Borgoda.
he was on Conan O'Brien all the time.
Oh,
Like,
yes.
He just was. I think he was just like, "Oh, you're gonna put me on camera? I'm there."
Sick, dude.
And at the one part where they're what are they fighting? I think, and then Abe gets knocked down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, he comes over to the fat one. He's like, "Hey, do you think you could get me to the hospital? I think I broke my ass." And it's the only like curse word in the whole movie, and it's so out of place and weird.
Movie, man. You can't.
But when Kenan starts working there, he starts introducing them to everybody. And one of them is Josh Server, who was on All That with Kel. And
Is
the
that
other one,
is that the owner?
No,
the
no.
Boss?
The big fat guy
That's
is
Dan Schneider.
who is
He's
the guy
problem.
he's the problem. He's the one who came up with all that. And he writes himself into a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Like now that everything's come out about him and his stuff, like you see how he writes himself into specific.
Of course he would.
Because how else you gonna get
He's
Anyways,
like, "Ooh, you're gonna be
Yeah.
a little children all
But-
wet. I'm gonna be there to do the wetting."
Dude.
He's the one that turned the shake machine off, so Cal would have to get this dropping shake.
You'd have to
He was
get in
like,
there.
"Hey, we're gonna make you."
Wait. I want to explain through what you're trying
What
to
you're
explain.
laughing.
Here. You're saying that Dan Snyder's character turned off the shake machine so Kel would get
stupid
in
one.
it, the stupid one, to be soaked in wet because that's his fetish.
Yeah, he
is to
likes you
see
all
a
pink.
young black man
He likes you
covered
all
in
pink and wet
yes, in strawberry lemonade
and cold.
and cold and strawberry milkshake.
This is getting darker by the second.
Only to find out that he just had to turn it back on in order to fix it. Yeah.
He's like, "I want to watch you spin, boy."
That's right. Oh man, dude, we've lost Trey for it's been a good
Our
2
humor's
minutes.
so messed up.
He's like,
You're just realizing this now,
he's like, "Hey, boy, you sure do got a pretty mouth."
dude. We'll get to a later scene.
maybe that's why he doesn't do like TV movies.
Yeah, he's like, "Bro, that guy tried to touch my wiener like 1,000 times."
And I punched his white ass.
Yeah. Because
Well,
he was like 15 at the
Yeah, he
time.
was
He's
probably
like, "I'm a rock
He's probably
you."
like, I see what you're gonna do,
Yeah.
and if you touch me,
He's like, "I ain't one of these little bitches just gonna like get
I'm gonna pop
naked."
you.
And Kenan's
right in the
big.
mouth.
If I throw him on you, it's
Yeah, he
gonna hurt.
fat.
Yeah.
He fat.
I think Fat probably
He's
saved
like,
Kenan.
"I'm dumb and he fat. We gonna kill
He
you
kicked
today,
me.
boy."
He kicked me.
It hurt.
God, dude. Well, like,
So when we go back to the movie,
so yeah, when we're back in there,
Right.
he meets
Wait.
the people who work in the kitchen.
well, he's got he goes. So the fat one.
Is it just the
Fat one. Just call him the fat one. The tall one.
The fat one's got. The fat one makes the dumb one sign the contract.
Yeah, to
That-
give him like 80% of his
Explain
earnings.
what the
Yeah,
contract-
because Dan Snyder, the grossest person on Nickelodeon, makes the deal with Kenan since he with the dumb one.
Yeah,
with Kel.
with Kel.
See, that's why
Yeah.
I call him that. So the dumb one,
Do
he
they
makes
all-
the deal
do
where
they
he's
just
going to
all
give him.
look the same to you? Is that
No, I don't remember that.
As your resident Native American, I'm allowed to say these things.
I don't remember their names.
Okay.
I mixed them up, Kenan and Kel.
Yeah, so Kel,
Yeah.
the stupid
In
one.
dreadlocks and high top fade.
The fat one and the dumb one.
So
That's
Dan
their
Schneider,
characters in the movie.
Dan Schneider's
Yes.
asshole makes a deal with Kel.
Yeah, that it's because his sauce has brought everybody back. Oh, God, his sauce. Because his dressing. Oh, jeez.
Yes.
Because his burgers have brought everybody back to
Excellent.
the good burger. He's going to give him 10 cents of every burger.
Yeah.
Which,
And-
like, that's a shitload of money.
Dude.
It can be. That's
Could
for
be.
damn sure.
Yeah.
And the fat one sees the opportunity and takes the dumb one for a ride with a contract that states that he gets 80% of that.
Yeah.
And he gets whatever is left.
Yeah.
Well, then, so then doesn't the dumb one even like buy him a present
Yes.
with his cut
Kel
of that money?
buys Kenan because they have this moment that's supposed to be like their buddy moment where they go up to the roof.
Yeah, he's like, "Let me show you my special
'Cause
place."
For some reason, Kel doesn't no one wants to hang out with him. Ed, the dumb one. No one wants to
I
hang
didn't really
out with him.
understand that because they all like him.
He's a nice dude.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I would, he's an idiot.
And he gave us a sweet ass Less Than Jake song.
Yeah, dude.
I'm a dude. He's
That
a dude.
was- that was-
She's a dude. We're all dudes. Hey, I'm a dude.
That was my
Yeah.
when you said we only have one good thing left. That was my second good thing.
That's your
Less
second
Than
good
Jake song.
I meant like in the movie itself, but
Yeah.
yeah, he does sing it through the whole movie. So
He
that's
does.
True.
He's humming that every
Yeah.
opportunity he gets.
It's a great song. It's a good
I
song. I
love it.
love
No.
Less Than Jake.
Man,
It's a little ska in your life.
It's good to remember the ska
Yeah.
from the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
But so they go up on the roof and they have a heart-to-heart moment, and Kel's like tells him like Kenan tells him, the fat one tells him all about his life, like
Thank you.
realize he doesn't know his dad. He's
Yeah.
like, I don't even remember what it looks like, but he gave him this yo-yo, this special thing.
Yeah. That's
And
right.
he
That's
tells
what he
him-
gets
He
him.
tells him why it's so important to him.
Yeah.
And
It's
Ed,
got the lights on one side, the blue on the one, the red on the other.
Ed gives him this line though. He's like, yeah, I don't even remember what my dad looks like, and I see him every day.
Yeah. The dumb one. It just keeps just popping back up, slapping you in the face that he is the dumb one.
Shit on the kid with the dead dad. Be like, I see mine every day, and I don't even remember what he looks like.
Yeah, mine's a real piece of shit.
Which we never see any of his family. We never
Never.
see any of Kel's family.
But then,
skinny ones,
the girlfriend makes him feel like crap about it.
yeah, because she finds
Yeah.
out.
Well, the girl wouldn't give the fat one a chance because he was a jackass,
And then
he's a
she saw
jackass
him
the whole
being
movie.
nice to Ed.
Yeah, and then she realizes like, well, Ed likes you, and if Ed likes you, the dumb one,
Yeah.
then I'm in. And you notice his name tag says I'm Ed.
I'm Ed. Well, they all say that. They're like, I'm Ed, I'm Al, I'm Kenan, or
I'm
whatever.
Abe Vigoda.
Yeah. I'm Abe Vigoda.
I'm
It's just Abe Vigoda as Abe Vigoda.
I'm a registered sex offender.
Yeah. That's what
That's what Dan Snyder says.
And so, and it's important because I want to pull out a couple things.
Whoa, leave it in.
No.
Just
Like,
tell me some stuff. You don't have to
calm
pull
down,
it out.
Dan. Calm down. I want to pull out.
No.
No.
No. Ew.
I want to comment on this. Okay, so
Okay.
when they start introducing the people who work in the kitchen. They introduce the guy named Spatch.
Yeah.
Oh, the
is-
guy, like the lurch
The fat
character.
one.
He's the fat.
He's
cook.
the fattest one.
He's the fattest one.
Isn't
And
that Bubba from Varsity Blues?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it
Ron
is, yeah.
Lester. It is. It's Bubba from Varsity Blues, and he was in a couple other movies.
Third good thing.
Anywho,
He hits himself in the head with a spatula and kills the fly.
And then
yes,
eats it.
and then eats it.
Yeah, like
But that's
why-
but he's cleaning his spatch.
yeah, but like, why are we doing that?
Go, that's funny to
This
kids.
comes up to the
That's kids movie.
Yeah, and this comes up to the Dan
because
Snyder
it's like
shit.
ew without being
You
like
just
really
like
gross.
watching people lick a spatula.
No. This comes up to the Dan Snyder shit because so first of all, there's an angry customer, and it's a good joke. It's a decent joke. An angry customer comes up and he's like, "I asked for nothing, like a good burger with nothing on it, and all I got was bread."
That's
And he's like, "I at least mean that there's a patty on there." And he's like, "But a patty is something."
Yeah.
And then Ed turns to Josh Server, and he's like, "Josh, isn't a patty something?" And
he
or
goes,
is
"Is a
it
patty
nothing?"
something or nothing?" And he's like,
Like,
"Something." See,
And he goes, "No." He goes, "I win." And I was like, "That's a decent joke."
Yeah.
But that asshole who was the angry customer is a guy named Brian Peck.
oh, that's the registered sex offender.
That's the registered sex offender. That's Brian Peck, and he was a registered sex offender when he was working on Nickelodeon. He worked on all that. He worked on anything Dan Snyder was doing. He was like their vocal coach.
Sweet Life of Jack and Cody.
Yes, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that's when he went to Disney,
Oh,
and it was
I'm
even
sorry,
after all this. So if
what's the one?
Amanda Show,
No,
I mean, how could they?
the one
Drake
that-
and Josh.
Thank you,
Drake
God,
and Josh.
I couldn't think of the name.
I'm so glad I was.
Yeah, dude.
beyond
Drake
all
Bell
this.
came out in this documentary on HBO, and this is where it gets dark. But like, Drake Bell came out, and he's like, and they asked him like, "Do you want to be specific about what kind of sexual abuse you suffered from Brian Peck?" And he was like, he said he was thinking about it for a second. And he goes, "Imagine the worst stuff someone could do to you,"
Like,
and
butt
that's
stuff?
what happened. Yeah, that's what he did to him.
I'm so sorry.
Wow. We're finding out you're a terrible person. I mean, you said you were going to get canceled on this.
I'm telling you.
No, but so anyway, so yeah, Brian Peck's in this movie, and he's a terrible person. And everyone should know he's a terrible person. But the other part of it is too is when Mondo Burger finds out that the Good Burger is doing really well, they start trying to find out ways to like sabotage them, right?
Right.
So
They
do a
send
bunch of
Carmen,
shit.
They send Carmen Electra. Third good part of this movie.
Dude, she's so creepy looking in this
Doesn't
movie.
matter.
Yeah,
She's
she
still
walks
hot,
in.
but
she looks like she
gross.
like got dragged through a cornfield or
Doesn't
something. Like her
matter.
hair is crazy.
She don't look good.
Carmen Electra dragged through a cornfield is still better than like 75%.
Well, it was her and Pamela Anderson. When I was a kid, they were like
Yeah.
the two that were like, whoo.
Well, and it was in they had that like bad girl, like, so it was like
Everybody liked the bad girl.
like, yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot.
I like it a
I
lot.
like it a lot.
And so she walks in and she's supposed to be like
Seducing the dumb one.
Ed, the dumb one. And this is the point I'm trying to bring up in Dan Schneider's writing. If you watch Spatch in the background and you just see his head, like he's just kind of responding, and at first he's just like, what? Like, huh? And she's like, oh yeah, like she's really hot, and she's like, and like looking back at the camera doing that. But right after she blows Ed a kiss, like she does that thing, and like it pans back to Ed, and he's like not really sure how to respond to that. Go back and watch Spatch in the background, because that dude looks like he's jerking it. And I'm so serious.
Jesus.
It is it, and I'm like,
Dan.
you think about Dan Schneider's writing and some of the stuff.
That's dead.
Yeah.
Dead.
But go back and watch it because it's awful, dude. And you see like some of the stuff that come out about Dan Schneider and the stuff he writes. He's always trying to get people in a jacuzzi. He's always writing about feet. And he always trying to get people like covered in
bathing suits.
slop and bathing suits and stuff like that.
So why is it okay for like Double Dare or Quentin Tarantino, but it's not okay for Dan Snyder?
Well, Quentin Tarantino does it to adults, which is perfectly legal. Arrest them.
And Double Dare, they're in jumpsuits. Like at least, yeah.
Fully, they have extra layers of
Fully
clothing.
clothed, yeah.
True.
Yeah, dude.
I'm not saying it's okay. It's disgusting.
And they're
Yeah.
crawling in a
especially
big,
since he like purposely goes and works with kids.
and they're crawling
Yes.
in a big nose.
but he was also
so
like a kid at the time. I feel like.
Well, he was on Hey Dude or something like that, which was a 90s show. He was always playing the fat, dumb one.
Hey Dude.
And then he, like, in early 90s,
That's what I remember.
turned it
because
around.
I was
Yeah.
there.
Hey,
Yeah.
Watching those.
you know what?
shows.
there.
You know what show is bad? Hey, dude.
Hey, dude. There was a lot of bad shows back then. A
Yeah.
lot.
It's hit or miss. Hit or miss. And then we got the Orange
Camp
Years.
Anawana Salute Your Shorts show is bad. It just has
Yeah.
a good theme song.
Pretty much.
Anawana, we hold you in our...
I don't remember anything
Yeah.
about that show other than that, and the
This
thing
thing
fell
fell
apart. Yeah.
Yes.
100%. 100%.
God, that was so good.
Oh, dude.
All right,
so,
last
yeah.
one. Last
So
one.
we're moving forward.
Yes.
And-
Moving right along.
Moving right along away from this horrible, horrible stuff about these child rapists. And-
Sorry. You want to go after dark? That's where I'm going. That's where I'm going with this
You
one.
guys better do it. You can talk about
Politics
and
and
he can talk about Dan Schneider.
rapes.
So, it reminds, I keep thinking of that
about
episode.
child rape.
Paul.
Yeah, Always Sunny.
And good.
You watch Aqua Teen? Dude,
No, I haven't seen that.
you gotta watch it, man. There's this one episode
Only
where
clips.
They make a clone.
they
They make the ham banana.
they make a pet, and it's
Okay.
out of like a dishwashing glove.
Oh,
and,
okay, yeah.
And it's Meatwad, who's like the ball of meat.
Yeah.
That
Brother.
talks like this.
Yeah.
The right now. Oh, he's like, it's Hand Banana. So his dog's name is Hand Banana. And and Hand Banana keeps raping the neighbor Carl. And it's a dog. And he's like, Hand Banana, no.
There's nothing funny about rape.
Yeah. And then, but like later on in the episode, Hand Banana might even be Carl's dog.
I think it's
Yeah.
And he's
Carl's
trying
dog.
to call him like some tough thing. And he's like, no, I think I'm going to be Ham Banana or something like that. And then he's like, I only know 3 words. And it like zooms in on the dog's face. And like, it's like this weird uplighting that looks all sinister. And he's
Yeah.
like, ball, good, and rape. Because he keeps raping the neighbor Carl. And he's like, Ham Banana, no. It's so funny.
The one clip I think about from Aqua Teen Hunger Force is Milkshake points at Meatball.
Master Shake.
Master Shake, yeah.
Meatwad.
Points at Meatwad and goes, look at him. and tell me there's a God. And Meatwad goes, I'm made in his image.
My favorite.
My favorite line that he does
Go ahead.
too, the one, and it's like the first episode, and they have to take Meatwad's brain out to fill him with broken glass so he can pop this evil balloon that's like shocking the world.
Yeah.
And he's floating in the ocean, and he keeps going, the right now? And they're like, you gotta use the glass to pop the balloon. And he's like, the right now? Because they took his brain out. and the other one is when he's like mowing the grass and everything. And he's like talking to the neighbor Carl, and he's like, hey Carl, wanna let me mow your lawn? And he's like, and his literally his lawn is on fire, and the siding on his house is like burning and rolling up, and he's like, what's the damn point, meat man? And he's like, so you can give me some damn money? Trying to buy myself a 10-speed.
Yeah, that's the one I like. He finally gets the 10-speed, and he's like, I detest violence, but I would kill somebody in front of their own mama for a 10-speed.
I guess this is related. Meatwad's made of ground beef, right? Ground beef and burgers.
So funny, man.
That show was so good.
Oh, man.
Cartoon Network is like when you realize that, like, okay, Nickelodeon shows are going downhill. You turned into.
You switched over. Yeah. Oh, reruns of Salute Your Shorts? All right. Let's go see. Johnny Bravo. Or some of the weird shit from Cow and Chicken. You remember that?
They had. And then they had Toonami at night, so they had like Robot Chicken.
Yeah, they had Robot Chicken,
so
Dragon Ball Z. They had Cowboy Bebop, all the anime shows. But no, so back to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. They realize that Mondo Burger is poisoning their food. And
they're using growth hormones to make it bigger.
Using growth hormones, to make the patties bigger. Which honestly, dude, there wasn't a single piece of food in this entire movie that I
would
was
eat
like,
a Good Burger over that Mondo Burger.
Well, like good old steak burgers, which, by the way, is there anywhere here in Miami to get a good steak burger like that? Anything on top of your head? Like,
nope, I don't know.
Those classic thin little patties.
You're talking about like a smash burger?
Sort of. Yeah, like a smash burger. Yeah.
There's a few places you can go.
Well,
we'll talk about it later.
You can talk about that. But so they find that out, and what do? They send them to an insane asylum. They literally illegally.
They Baker Act him?
Baker Act. Yeah, Kenan and Kel.
It's going to piss me off.
It's something of the demented, like Dementia Hills or something. Yeah, Demented Hills. Yeah.
And they meet Hawkeye's wife.
Yes.
This was her acting debut.
Linda Cardellini?
It was that was her acting debut as Heather.
So this is before Freaks and Geeks?
This is before Freaks and Geeks.
Oh my gosh. So this is what they saw, and they thought this girl would be good in Freaks and Geeks. I mean, everyone who went to see the Good Burger movie.
Or maybe it was her movie debut.
The movie debut probably of that. Yeah. But so they put him in this, and they go through this whole scene of like, we got to get out of here, because they find out because Abe is who sleeps at Good Burger.
Yeah, good old Abe Vigoda.
Abe Vigoda sleeps at Good Burger, wakes up to them poisoning the sauce with shark poison. Shark poison because poison.
Because human poison not enough.
It's too Well, I bet it was too graphic. We can't say human poison. It's got to be something
It's
else.
a cartoon show. So
Yeah. You can't say that. So yeah.
And why is it like it looks like blood?
Yes. I always wondered that.
Blood bad.
Yes.
Blood bad.
It could have been green or something. Yeah.
Because if you want to kill a shark,
with
shark poison, you want it to look like blood, so the shark will come eat it.
That's why you wanted to kill the shark.
Well, Adam West is going to come in with the shark repellent.
Yeah. Adam, take this, bad guy. I love Adam West. I wish I could do an Adam West impression. But they're back at the insane asylum, and we get the most amazing dance routine.
You get like the Thriller
with George Clinton, and it's his music. It's George Clinton sitting in the insane asylum, and they turn on the radio, and George is like, this music sucks. And he's like, oh, yeah, it does. And he walks over and immediately finds the George Clinton song. Yeah. And they do this great dance routine.
And one of the guys is able to open and close his straitjacket. Dance. It's like, what's the point of that?
Yeah, a lot of things are weird about that scene. And then they end up diving out the windows.
Yeah.
So actually that part got me though too. They get up, and originally there was earlier on, there was a very violent, very big wrestler dude. It's like Ward. He's in a straitjacket, and he's just lurch. He's just doing that. And Kenan turns to him because they wander into his room, and he's like, "Hey, big man, can you help me with the windows?" And he's like, and he walks over, and rather than like ripping the windows over, he's like, he grabs Kenan,
Yeah, the fat one.
spins him around, and throws him through.
Yeah, so, and then Kel, the dumb one, decides he's gonna join him, and he goes to dive out, and he dives through the unopened window and smashes through it. Like, what the hell?
Throw me.
What the
He's like,
hell?
me next. Me
Yeah,
next.
that's right.
See next.
I will say one of
my
my favorite lines is when the Mondo Burger guy comes over to like confront Kel.
Yeah.
And try to get him to work for Mondo Burger. He's like, come make your sauce for us. He's like, I want you to bail on Good Burger. And I want you, he talks about himself in the third person. He's like, make you sauce for Kurt.
Yeah.
And Ed's like, who's Kurt? And he's like, I'm Kurt. He's like, I'm Ed. And he's like, I'm aware. And he's like, I thought you said you were Kurt.
Yeah, there's so many moments with that Kurt guy that are so weird. Where he's like wanting to put people in the grinder.
Yeah,
keeps wanting
when
to
you
put
mess with Good Burger, you go in the grinder.
You messed with Kurt.
Yeah. Well, then they realize that
Okay,
they realize
I'll wait
that
till that part of the movie. But
they realize that the fat one's basically been ripping off the dumb one through this
It gets me every
contract.
time.
Through this contract that they have.
Yeah.
And
The girlfriend gets
the girlfriend
pissed.
like figures out that like, oh, you're actually a piece of
crap.
shit.
Yeah.
Like you're a piece of shit, and like
you're
this
Dan
guy's
Schneider.
this. I don't know. He's not on that
You're
one.
the Dan
he's just
Schneider of Good Burger.
he's just stealing a little money from him. He's not trying to lube him up in a jacuzzi
Oh man, Dan though did.
as a child.
Man, he did steal money from people though. We can get
Yeah,
go
of
watch
course,
that
I'm
shit.
sure.
Anyways,
But I
we
would
should do it
I
on
would
that
hold against him
documentary.
much more the child rape than the money theft.
the touching.
But
There's levels.
you get
to
my
this.
favorite part of the whole movie
Yeah.
where
Oh, yeah.
the fat one comes to the dumb one and he's like, hey, take a look at this contract that you signed, that I tricked you into signing.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay. So he takes it from him and it's all serious and he opens up the contract and he's looking at it and he's like, okay, all right, oh, okay, all right. And then he just looks at him all serious and he's like, I know some of these words. And the way he delivers the whole scene where like you're believing him that he's really reading this contract and he's like, okay. And then and like the kind of moments he like gets that like kind of concerned look and he's like, okay.
Yeah.
And then he just turns to, I know some of these words.
I know
and it's
some.
like the funniest delivery.
Tanner and I will still quote that to
Hell
each
yeah,
other.
dude.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
He'll text me and Tanner will be like, I know some of these words.
So funny
I
that part.
also loved it though. At the end, they get out of the insane asylum and they make it back to Good Burger. There's these two old ladies who are ordering a Good Burger and they're supposed to stop anyone from eating it, right? And literally, Ed busts through the door. She is holding the burger and she stops and she turns and she looks at Ed and Ed's like, no, and she like is putting it down and then he just goes and tackles her anyway.
Yeah.
She was putting it
Like,
down.
He's trying to break her ass like Dave the
outright.
Goda.
Drive to the hospital. I think I broke my head.
I think I broke my ass.
But the better one is they go to break in to the Mondo Burger to try to shut it, the big climax. And Ed scales the truck and the wall and gets up on the roof and he's explaining it to Kenan. And Kenan's like, no! Like, damn it.
Yeah, hell no, I'm not doing that.
As a chubby kid, I felt that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
As a chubby child.
As a chubby adult, I feel that.
I was like, there's no way, dude.
Like, you want me to jump on top of the burger and shimmy up the fry and climb up on the drink and then like scoop my way up the straw?
Yeah.
Not happening.
Not gonna happen.
Yeah, just you go down the thing and open the door for me on
I'm
the
gonna go
inside.
through the back, dude. Yeah, you'll be fine. You do what you're gonna do.
Dude, I don't need to know you're going through the back, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean.
Anyways. Well, then you get Sinbad showing back up in his brand new fixed up car.
Yeah.
And then
It's like a Porsche or anything.
no, it's like a piece of shit. It's like an Infinity
Camry.
back in the day.
It's like a Mitsubishi Spider.
And then they drop the burger from Mondo Burger.
And Kenan's like, I'm a little short, but here's most of the money.
Like $1,900. We didn't give enough props actually to Carmen Electra doing the slapstick comedy.
Yeah. She's all over the place in that whole movie.
Beat up in like
She gets hit with like random crap.
Love it.
Well, like she got through like a golf ball. Like, okay, Kenan goes up, he putts. It's whatever. The girl walks up, putts. It's okay. Kel walks up and like freaking four.
Oh, he
like
whacks her in the mouth with the club, and then the ball comes back and hits her.
And knocks her out.
And he's like,
And I love that line. She's like trying to convince him, like she's trying to seduce him the whole time. So like she's trying to convince him, like, don't you think you and I go somewhere? It sounds more fun than like, putt. And he's like, no. What's wrong with you? So this thing's like
he's actually 5.
Yes, he's about 8 years old, I think.
He's perpetually 5 years old.
So big climax. Dan Schneider. That's why. Well, okay. Back to Dan Schneider moment.
Perpetually 5 years old. That's why Dan Schneider wanted him in the movie.
That's why Dan hired him.
That's why I wanted him that strawberry jacuzzi.
Well, they dress in drag
and do the hula
to get They dress in drag to get into the Mondo kitchen.
I don't know what it was about the 90s though. Now I know that's like a problematic thing in that documentary where they talk about like how much they put people in drag, but like
yes.
That was like something funny to do.
That was a joke.
He does the
was a joke.
My brother's friends, my brother's 4 years older than me. So in the 90s, they were like teenagers.
Yeah.
Early teenagers. And
they would do that on Halloween.
It was like, and then like when we were at camp and stuff like that, like, you're at camp with all the middle schoolers to high schoolers and like the older guys, like they'd come out dressed in drag. Ha ha. It's funny. And like, was no big deal.
There's still something pretty funny about that. But
it's funny, but nowadays it's like Nostalgia Land After Dark where you can't do that because it's offensive to somebody.
I think it was problematic on how they dressed up Kel. And then when they did the gag where like they ripped off the dresses and Kenan's just like in his pretty normal clothes.
Yeah, like a tighty.
Kel's in like a corset, dude.
Yeah.
Like with like the lace underwear.
Because he's an idiot.
Yeah. But it's like, why did he go that far? But like you see
committed to the bit.
How uncomfortable. And I feel like, I don't know. I feel like if you rewatch that scene, you'd be like, dude, he's uncomfortable.
Of course he was.
He did the like Tyler Perry bit where they like, water.
What?
Water. The water bit.
Oh my gosh.
It's like that's like a Tyler Perry bit.
Hell, you know what that is? That's Tyler Perry ripping them off later on because they were first.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, I don't know if he actually, but like
that's what I'm saying. Like they were first. He's looking at that and he's like, "How can I exploit my own people? How can I be?" How can I be ridiculous? Like I'm gonna dress as an old woman and be like, what the fuck? What is this shit? Who goes and sees this garbage?
I'm gonna tell you though, Tyler Perry's Medea's Boo Halloween is really funny.
How many of the Medeas have you seen?
I've seen 2.
More than I would like.
That's
to
2 more than I've seen.
Yes. Just go check them out.
I'm not saying anything against it.
That's one more than I knew existed. I just thought there was
Give
like the
a
one
watch.
movie.
There's like 13 of them.
Yes, there's a lot of Medea.
Okay,
yes.
my bad. I'm uncultured swine apparently.
You just
what are you uncultured swine?
It
sounded like you said I'm cultured swine. I was like, wow, you're like a learned pig.
That's a Toy Story reference. It's funny because Ham's the one who said it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh my lord, dude.
Yeah, so then the whole thing where they basically overload the growth hormone and make the Mondoist burger.
Giant burger.
Yeah, the most Mondo.
And I will say one thing that makes me laugh even today when I see it is when
I know some of these words.
But when Kurt's getting taken off to jail by the cops and they're like, when you mess with Good Burger, you go to the grinder. That's just the two of them going, Kurt's going to jail. Kurt's going to jail.
Yeah.
Kurt's going to jail.
See, that's the stuff that's like a little funny to me is like those moments of them being Kenan and Kel. And
see, but like if they didn't make that movie for kids, you could have made a decent movie out of that.
I don't know. It'd been kind of tough.
It could have been a good slapstick movie, like an Ace Ventura style, where you have like the lovable idiot. And
well, it could have been like Clerks, like Clerks 1 and 2.
Don't ever besmirch Clerks like that.
Besmirch Clerks with Good Burger.
Jim Carrey does a lot of slapstick. It works, but you can't.
It could be like a Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
Okay, like a Dumb and Dumber mixed with Clerks, like a little raunchy.
So instead of
dumb.
Dumb and Dumber, you have the fat one and the dumb one.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny that you say that because Kenan goes on to play Fat Albert.
Oh,
and
that's
then that ties it back into the
right.
Cosby thing.
Oh no!
So it's like the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, but with Bill Cosby.
6 degrees of Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby.
Or the 6 drinks of Bill Cosby.
Nope.
Nope.
There you go.
Nope, not even one.
Who's at the Starbucks? Bill Cosby. You people are monsters. I forgot that there's a Fat Albert movie.
With Kenan Thompson.
Please stay tuned.
As
ladies
no,
and
we're not
gentlemen.
doing it.
Not anytime soon.
we're-
I deserve some good movies.
We're gonna
Dude,
do
we've done
some,
nothing but garbage movies.
We're gonna do some
like 4
Medea,
weeks in a
and
row.
we're gonna do some Fat Albert.
Not it, maybe next February for Black History Month.
Oh, I need to know how many likes and subscribes do we need to get those?
All we need, I'll say it again, is one jackass
to comment.
to
that
comment,
movie.
please do this movie, and I will do it in a second. I don't care what movie it is. It could be Kroll.
You don't need to see Kroll.
Exactly.
Oh man,
And I will do it.
That makes me want to like set up a bunch of ghost accounts.
No, it's got to be real
No,
account.
come on.
No, I won't. I won't.
Can't play games on
I
me
won't
like
do that.
that.
No. Anyone legitimately out there tells us to watch a movie and review it, we will do it.
100%.
Please.
100%.
Please be a part of
I'm
this.
all about it.
If you want to throw us like a decent movie, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
You don't have to
A
be
good
nice.
one.
I would
I mean,
like,
Brave Little Toaster's not bad, but it's still hard to get through like 40 years later.
Toy Story 2 is okay.
yeah.
This is a bridge.
Dude, you could do Toy Story. Like, there's so many movies that I could watch like multiple times.
Yeah.
But these movies were so
That's
hard.
the thing. I don't
to
think
especially in this day and age where it's like you go to watch the movie and there's like HBO Max, this like Netflix, Paramount Plus, Peacock, and I have to go past all of those. I have to turn my Xbox off
Xbox turn off.
to watch Kenan and Kel in Good Burger
I will say
for
their
like
show.
the third time.
Their show had a great had a great theme song because you know who did it? Coolio.
Yeah, Coolio.
Coolio, I was
R.I.P.
good in that one. Yeah.
R.I.P.
Oh man, did he die?
Yeah.
Years
Where
ago
have
now.
I been? Oh geez, I thought I
Hanging
just
out with Weird Al.
recently saw him.
You were in the Amish Paradise instead of the Gangsters Paradise.
Oh okay, yeah, that's true. Yeah, Kenan and Kel's
Churning lots of
Kenan
butter.
and Kel's Nickelodeon thing.
Oh,
was great.
speaking of that, I was at work today
Sorry.
and
Were
they
you? Who died? Who
and
died?
they play music like over the PA system now that we're in the new office. And today they were playing Michael Jackson, and then all of a sudden I hear doom 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 doom, and I'm like, we already heard Bad. And I'm sitting there and I'm going,
They're playing Fat.
they were playing Fat, and then Eat It came on.
Someone's
And-
playing Weird Al in your
And they
office.
runs over and he goes, "Is that?" And I go, "Weird Al Yankovic." Yep. Without even like looking up from my computer, I was like, "That's Weird Al." And I go, "Don't say anything."
Just
let it run.
Let
Let it run.
Pandora think we love it.
If we get to Albuquerque, I'm gonna, yeah.
Yeah. That whole Running with Scissors album was my
It's
favorite
great.
album.
Bad Hair Day is really good.
Bad Hair
I
Day.
hate it. Yeah. Okay.
That's with Gump and
Oh yeah. She's love.
Amish Paradise.
She's love. She's love.
Gump sat alone on a bench in the park. My name is Forrest. He casually remarked. Okay, I can keep going.
My favorite like music video that he did though is when he basically did a shot for shot remake of Nirvana.
Yeah.
Oh,
Smells
yeah.
like Teen Spirit.
He's doing the mouthwash.
And I don't know what I'm saying.
You know who's in that music video?
The best part of that music video is when it's dun, 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 wow, and he bends the neck of the guitar like all the way around.
But you know who's in the original music video for that? Tony Hawk.
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah. Dude, Tony Hawk's Twitter account is hilarious. Tony
Yes.
Hawk is like cursed with not being recognized as Tony Hawk. So like people see him and they're like, "Wow, you look a lot like Tony Hawk." And he's like, "Oh, I do." Or like he was on a plane and he was on a plane and the flight attendant came by, opened up the overhead and saw 4 skateboards up there, and they were like, and he said, "Wow, is Tony Hawk on the flight?" And he looked down and it's Tony Hawk and he's like, "He must be."
Yeah. Or when he went to go pick up his rental car.
Oh man, I want to hang
And
out
he's
with
like,
Tony Hawk.
Hey, I was looking on the board out there and my name's not on the board. And he's like, "What's your name?" And he's like, "Tony Hawk." And he was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, like for real?" Yeah, I saw that on there. I thought it was a joke. I
That's
deleted it.
No one believes that he's Tony Hawk. Or like some woman was like, "Why? So you skateboard?" He's like, "Are you any good?"
I think the only funnier person that's famous like that might be Travis Pastrana.
Yeah.
Have you seen that one where he does like the trick on his dirt bike and
Nitro
he falls?
Circus.
Yes.
And he lands on the back of his head and clearly knocks himself out cold.
Yeah.
And then it's got him in like the interview room and he's like, yeah, they say that I got knocked out, but like I don't remember that. And all I know is like I landed, and when I looked up, all of my friends were around me and somebody shit my pants. I still don't know who did that.
What service is going around for that? Who did that for me?
That's so awesome.
I was like dying laughing.
I
The
didn't
first
know.
time I saw
I didn't
that.
know where that was going.
Yeah.
And
He's like,
that's
when
where
I
I went.
opened my eyes, all my friends are around me, and somebody shit my
somebody
pants.
put shit in my pants, which was a really fucked up thing.
Still haven't figured out who did that.
Oh man! So would you rather shit your pants or watch Good Burger?
I'll
again?
watch Good Burger. I don't want to shit my pants.
I'll do both.
I'm doing one right now.
I'm down for a horrible Saturday.
Yeah. You know, why have a good one? Let's have a bad one.
You say I'm doing one right now.
If I gotta watch Good Burger, I might as
My alarm's gonna go off at 5 o'clock in the morning. It's gonna start my day with a shit in my pants and a good burger.
welcome to Good. Welcome to Good Burger. That's
Like,
your alarm.
oh, this
That-
is terrible.
That's your alarm.
Oh,
Like, it's-
that was a good one. That actually, in the very beginning of the movie, the alarm's going off. Ed picks it up and goes, a clock.
Yeah, and there's the whole weird like dream sequence with like the good burgers floating around and
that's
he
weird.
falls in the well.
Yeah.
Like, and I was that one. I think it was the video that I was talking about earlier where he says like, "What is going on here?" And they were like, they already used the one joke, so now they can do whatever they want to do. Like once
Yeah.
they say, "Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger," can I take your order? They could take this movie wherever the fuck they want, and it
They
doesn't
do.
matter.
I do say Kel's acting his ass off in this movie.
The dumb one. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got to keep up that.
He's
that
doing his
whole
best.
persona throughout.
He's like, okay, my job's just to be as banana sandwiches as I can.
Yeah.
I'm
They're
gonna
both pretty good. Like they're both pretty good actors, and like Abe Vigoda. I mean, come on, dude.
yeah,
Like.
He's played shortstop,
And
Who
even-
can shortstop. Hey, Forgoda.
And even though he delivers that, I think I broke my ass. Like,
They-
come on, that's like money in the bank.
They
Yeah.
changed that when they first aired it. They aired it on Nickelodeon, and you obviously can't say curse words on Nickelodeon. So he's like,
But you can rape children.
God,
he's like, can somebody drive me to the hospital? I think I broke my, and it's like tail. It's Kronk.
Because back in the
Earl.
day when they edited, it sounded
Oh,
so
Lord.
ridiculous.
Yes.
Hi, how are you? I'm good.
And the mouth says like,
yes.
Yeah. It's like Japanese subtitles.
They would throw in like advertisements.
Go zero,
in the
go
middle of
zero.
Why are you licking me like that?
it. Stop it,
This is Nickelodeon. Oh, okay. Now I see why
Dan.
you're
Go
licking me.
away.
can somebody drive
outta
me to the
here.
hospital? I think I broke my ass.
Think I broke my ass.
That'd probably be a good. That should be on a shirt, and it will say Abe Vigoda. Abe Vigoda.
In quotes, I think I broke my ass. I should have been in 2 years ago.
Abe Vigoda, I think I broke my ass.
Abe Vigoda, and under that, Michael Scott.
That's it. Yeah. Oh man. Oh, dude.
Thank you so much again for joining us. Thanks to the Sunny D Corporation for their delicious vodka seltzers.
Bringing
Drink
the
responsibly.
laughs. Yes. Bringing
Bring
the
the
laughs.
funny, just the funny.
Making
Yes.
these nights together even more fun and more delicious. Check us out on Instagram, nostalgialand.podcast, on Facebook, on the Tiki Talkies, on the YouTubes.
Yep.
Like, comment, subscribe, click that notification bell. You know, all those annoying things that every streamer and YouTuber always tells you to do. It really helps out. Plus, it's fun to have you guys participate instead of us feeling like we're talking into the void. Give us some feedback. Let us know what you like, what you don't like, what you want to hear, what you don't want to hear. Anything you got.
Yeah.
Lay some comments on us. Appreciate all of you who already have. Those of you who have made suggestions, and we've tried to make them happen as quickly as possible. Hopefully you've enjoyed them. It was a lot of fun to do them. Legends of the Hidden Temple and Big Top Pee-wee were both fan suggested.
Those are great episodes too.
And
when
they
you go
were
back
a
and
lot
listen
of
to them.
fun. Yeah.
They're really fun. Searching today's lost object, Hitler's fork.
Napoleon's thong. You got to wear it on your face like a COVID mask.
I just like the, hey, Kevin,
Hey, Kevin.
Father help.
Father help. Well, that's something that kind of disappeared over the
did,
weeks.
yes.
It's
Father
good to have
help.
it come back there.
Every now and then it'll come up at work, and
Yeah.
I think about our podcast every single
There you
time
go.
it does.
That's when you should
But-
share.
Thank you again. Check out our shops. What are the shops again?
NostalgiaLandPodcast.com is our Shopify. And if you want us on Etsy, it's Nostalgia Land Shop.
There you go. Yeah. Check us out. There's some cool shirts, some sweet glasses with the Jazz logo on it. You'll know what we're talking about if you're from that era, if you got some nostalgia. But check us out. Join us. Participate with us. We do it for you guys. It's a lot of fun to get together. It's even more fun when you guys participate. Thank you so much. I hope you're enjoying it. And we'll see you next time.
As always, I'm Matt.
I'm Trey.
And I'm Tyler. Cowabunga.